A $50 portable media player being smuggled into North Korea is providing many living there with a window into the outside world despite the government's efforts to keep its own people isolated. It's seen as a symbol of change in one of the most repressed societies on the planet. Jose, let me tell you a little bit more about this inexpensive media player, they call it. It's basically a portable DVD player, like we've seen that came out in the 90s. Really simple, nothing special about it. Made in China, costs only $50. People stopped using them in China, no one really buys them, except for the provinces really close to the North Korean border. Why? Because they're buying them directly from the factories and they're smuggling them into North Korea. Why is that important? Because for the first time, North Koreans are having more money to spend, but they're still extremely isolated. And now, with this, it's called the no-tell, with this becoming a lot more popular for the average person, people are watching movies from the US, from South Korea, from all over the world, listening to radio from all over the world. The reason why it's so special is because you can stick a USB flash drive into it, and USB flash drives can be smuggled over the border much easier. So I have a quote here from someone named Sokil Park. He's from the Liberty in North Korea organization, and they basically help people who've defected from North Korea. Here's what he has to say on all this and why it's actually important, because essentially we're just talking about a portable DVD player, but it is important for this reason. He says, the North Korean government takes their national ideology extremely seriously, so the spread of all this media that competes with their propaganda is a big and growing problem for them. He then went on to also say that if Pyongyang fails to successfully adapt to these changing trends in the world and technology that's coming in, then that's a really long-term threat for the regime itself, and it really could threaten them if people start to see these movies like The Interview, like this, like that, on their drives. They're kind of like, damn, North Korea isn't as great as we thought it, and these other countries are not as evil and poor as they're telling us, and wow, there's actually nice people out there, and there is a world that exists outside of North Korea, putting the regime in direct threat.
You took my joke out of my mouth, man.
Sorry.
I was saying, like,
back.
Finally they're gonna be able to watch The Interview when they get from those globes from the South Korea. I think this is great. You know, North Korea has around 25 million people. From them, only 10%, 2.5, they own telephones. They're only allowed to use them inside. They can't do any communication out of the country. So we see that their level of control, they don't have internet access. If they want to access the internet, they have to use a specific intranet, Korean version of the internet that is censored by the government. So to see this phenomena where people is organizing on their own to find new ways to consume media and influence from outside, I think it's great. But how long is gonna be around? Is this something that the Korean government is gonna crack down on? Is it legal?
They've made the portable players legal.
They are legal.
Well, think about it. Last year alone, one guy smuggled 18,000 of them into the country. Wow. And now it's suspected that half of every urban North Korean has one in their household. They know it's there. They're keeping a close tab on everybody, right? They know it's there. They can't stop it because it is a DVD player. Yeah. DVDs aren't illegal. It's DVDs from other countries that are illegal. They can't get a hold of them. But now that they have a portable DVD player with a flash drive, those are getting smuggled in all the time, much easier.
Yeah.
You still can't watch foreign stuff, but it is legal to have one. But they were having to hide them for a very long time. Yeah. But like you said, that couldn't have lasted long. So they did kind of say, okay, fine, you can use them. But what's important here is that people, for the first time, are having much, much easier time accessing the Western culture, Western movies, Western music, all these things, because of this inexpensive little thing that you could hide in places. You can load a DVD from North Korea and then also have the USB stick at the same time. So if somebody comes up and you're watching, God forbid, a South Korean soap opera, you can quickly change it into a North Korean accordion playing something that is legal. So that's why it's really cool. Let us know, could this little no-tell single-handedly change all the people in North Korea's views on their own regime, and could it actually threaten the regime itself? Let us know what you guys think. Please comment, and of course, if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the Lip TV for more.